That song is such sweet music. You've gotta love the opening theme for Defender. It's short, simple, and gets the point across. And it sounds great to this day. This is Defender for the Atari 2600. I just saved a human falling to their death. Rock on. Arguably, this may not be the best version of Defender out there, but this is the version of Defender that I grew up with. And it remains a favorite of mine, and one of my favorite games on the Atari 2600. It doesn't look much like the original Defender, which you can see on my review of Defender for the PlayStation 1, the emulated copy on the Williams Greatest Hits collection. The mountains have been replaced by buildings. Defender is one of those games you can easily pick up for 10, 15, 20 minutes, have a great time, and when you're done playing Defender on the Atari, you can go play Defender on the ColecoVision, and then on Xbox Live, and then the PlayStation. There's a lot of Defenders. Defending you from boredom for 30 years. Now, this Atari version was designed for the Atari, which only had one button. So it's a bit frustrating that you can't use your smart bombs. Ooh, did you see that? I just caught another human. You can't use your smart bombs in tight situations by pushing the smart bomb button, because there isn't one. You have to actually descend down to the bottom of the screen, push the fire button, and then deploy your smart bombs. So it kind of makes smart bombs useless. You also can't shoot the humans in this version, or that guy would have just been vaporized. He's lucky this is the Atari version. My itchy trigger finger. And the explosions are a shadow of their former self from the arcade version. Remember, they just expand and practically fill the screen. Not so much here. Aside from that, the speed of the gameplay is a bit slower than it is in the arcade version, so it doesn't have that crushing level of difficulty. But this is still a challenging game. The controls are actually quite nice for the Atari 2600, and this game plays really well with an arcade-style joystick. I'm actually playing with the Sega Genesis fighting stick, which works with the Atari 2600. I think most of the games that really stand out on the Atari 2600 were designed specifically for it. Many of the popular arcade games of the day that were brought over to the Atari lost something in translation. Defender is certainly a different game, but it's still good in its own right. And in some respects adds a bit of variety to the Defender family. I love the cartridge design for Defender. It's one of my favorites. It reminds me of V. Actually, it kind of looks like a Star Destroyer that's bombarding human beings with laser fire, which would have been a much more practical application of Star Destroyers if they ever did anything except crash into the Death Star asteroids or get blown up by rebels. In this game, you're not fighting Star Destroyers, you're fighting alien landers that are kidnapping humans and then turning into mutants, which are those red things that fly faster and shoot at you. The enemies in Defender, called the Swarmers, have been poorly translated for the Atari version. They end up looking more like oat clusters here than they do angry aliens that fill the screen and are a pain in the ass to hit. But as the game progresses and you advance through the levels, the landers become ridiculously fast when they pick up humans. In fact, they move up to the screen as fast or faster than you do. When all the humans are kidnapped, you then go into hyperspace, have to fight off mutants, which gets difficult when you can't use smart bombs in those tight situations. And I would say that this is definitely a gratifying experience to play on the Atari 2600. The screen may look like the enemies are flickering on and off as you watch it in this review. Defender is not one of those games that makes a nice translation over to an LCD monitor, which is what I optimize the videos for. It looks much better when you play it on a television. I always like the sound that the laser fire made, and it looks cool too. I'm not sure if you can see it, but it just has a rainbow of colors in it. And you can shoot really fast, which was actually somewhat rare for an Atari 2600 game. Many of them would only allow you to fire once while a shot was on the screen, and here in Defender you could practically machine gun your enemies, which was a nice change. Defender is cheap and easy to pick up today. It's not an exact translation of the Eugene Jarvis-developed original for the arcades, but it is one of the better games for the Atari 2600, especially in this horizontal shoot-'em-up genre. And if you like spaceship shooting games today, this is a must-play. And what I can't believe is that, given the popularity of Defender, that they never made a breakfast cereal out of it, because all of the aliens would make great marshmallow shapes. Landers, mutants, swarmers, pods. I mean, come on. They made breakfast cereal out of gremlins. I'd much rather eat spaceships than gremlins. And speaking of gremlins, what always bothered me about that movie, remember how they said you couldn't feed them after midnight? Did they ever clarify when you could start feeding them again? I don't know. I never liked gremlins.